Hello and welcome to Spy Money. What a rage today. If we could only get a rage like that every day, that would be so awesome. I didn't sell anything today. The only thing I did was I bought a couple things. I put several things up for sale today. I've got some expiring options coming up. I try to sell before 21 days. And after 21 days, your options start getting beat to pieces by theta. So I try to go ahead and sell them off. So that's what I did today. I just started posting a lot of stuff for sale, and as the price as the market goes up, those options should start selling off. So that should work out pretty good. So I'm hoping that they go ahead and sell this week. I'd like to go ahead and get rid of them this week because next week that they just going to start getting them. Of course, if their market keeps going up, then we're going to be fine on that. So if you have any options that are ready to say, within, I think it's April 17th is the date that I started pulling out to sell. So I try to sell at 30 days, go ahead and do it, but our market's been so down that it's been kind of hard. So today, let's jump back in it. Let's go to the 15-minute chart. This morning, we ended up opening, right there's the midnight. The midnight oil was right there. I was driving home last night. I was up in Ohio buying a house and going to a funeral for my wife's mom. And so I needed to get home. And so last night I woke up at 12:15 and at 1 o'clock I was in the truck headed home, and I have not been to bed yet. I'm still wide awake. So it's all working out for me. I'm here. So this ended up pretty much having a good rally today, and that went up. Let's see what it actually did from midnight tonight or last night to now. It went up. I might as well call it 10%, 220 points. That is a nice steady increase. That's what we want to see too. Just nothing taken straight up like this right here. We want just a nice steady increase. We did, see, where was it? Right here? Yeah, we did actually halt right here. And then when we halted there, it just kind of, go back to it here. When we halted there, it just kind of kept on going up and hitting this resistance level. And then finally, it just went ahead and took off and come back down, tested again, went back up. But if we look at this and go back to a 1 hour, and the 1 hour, I have two trend lines we drew this morning. So we had one that had been working, and then I drew another one that come up and grabbed this one and come down, and we broke both of those. So I'm pretty comfortable about this continuing up. And if you look right here, you'll see there's a top right here. It's almost like a channel going through with those two red dotted lines. And it's actually going up. It's touching that. I'm hoping that it will actually break through and keep on going. So the 24.41-ish, somewhere on through there, we need to break that and keep on going. If we do, our next stop is going to be our bottom trend line that we had from the 3 weeks. The 3 week deal. So if we can get above that, then we'll be fine. So if we come back in here, so right there's that trend line. Right here's our candle now, the top of it. And it looks like the way this is going is probably just going to keep on going. So I would love to see this thing just start just a good gradual increase going up. If we could go up 100 to 300 points a day, that would be really good. If we just got 100 points a day, I mean 100 points is good. But today we got a little over 200, so that was real good. And let's see if we go back. So if we start from Monday, which would be Sunday night, if we do Sunday night, which would be here to there, we've gone up 274 points since Sunday night. So that's really good. A good increase. This big old spike right here was the government pumping the money in, and it just sold back off. This is the kind of increase we want. And if we drop this down like this, and if we go to the trend line there, and I'm not making a trend line per se, I'm just trying to get a visual of where we're going. So by looking at this, if we stay up there, we'll probably come back down. And as long as we stay along this trend, then we are looking Wednesday evening. We should be either Wednesday. We should either be above this or it's going to bounce off. I'm hoping that it goes ahead and goes over top. If it does, that's going to be real good for us. So if we can get that steady, then that would be great. So I'm going to delete that out. We don't need that. That was just a visual to kind of let you know where we're going. And if we take this on down to where, if we're going on out, and if it just stays on this steady incline right here, then we're looking at hitting the 618 fib of 27.29. We're looking Friday afternoon. The odds of that happening Friday, we usually sell off, so I don't know. I'm hoping that we go ahead and rally tomorrow and rally again Thursday, and I can get rid of some of the options that I'm in. So that's what I'm hoping for. So we'll have to see when we get there. So let's go take a look at gold next. I'm so disappointed in gold. Gold took off on me. I actually bought puts right here because I thought it was going to sell off. And then it went up and kind of lollygagged around, kind of lazy. And I was still hoping that it would drop off here. That's what I should have just sold them right there. That was on Friday or Monday. So Monday morning I was broke even, and like an idiot, I did not sell them. And I know some other people in gold puts. I'm still optimistic that we will go ahead and sell off on it. So this rallied up. I could have made a lot of money on calls if I'd had it, but when it took off, it was too late, and I thought, well, maybe it'll just go up a little bit and start coming down. Whatever. I've got this drawn in. It's almost like a bull flag. I'm hoping not, but it looks like it's trying to break out right there right now. If we go into a 5-minute chart and look, see, it's actually coming out of it. But we did get that little piece sticking up there, so I could actually move this up a little. If I move that to there, and I don't like that because I like to grab this one here and this one, and then it's kind of coming through there. And then if we take this one and bring it back down, so this one's actually hitting there and hitting there. So this is not looking good for me. So it may go ahead and take off. And our next stop is way up there. So we'd have to draw new fibs because I don't even have it drawn up like that. So I'm not going to do anything like that until after I get, once I get to see where this is going, then I may have to draw new fibs and see what happens. But I'm still optimistic that this will come on down. I'm hoping. I've got till May 20th, and I know some other people's got June, so we're a long ways off. Usually when the market goes up, this sells off. Lately, it has been that everything moves in the same direction. Everything, got gold, silver, you've got the oil, natural gas, the ES, everything's going the same direction. So it's really kind of hard to tell with all of them correlating together. Then you've got the crude oil finally is coming back up. I hope to see that come up. I've got calls on this, and I'd like to see this get up. It'd be nice if it got up to around 30. So if we come back to a 15-minute chart and look at this, and let's see, let me go back to a 1 hour. It's not showing what I want. So 1 hour chart, I actually bought calls up in here, and the thing just kept on tanking. I thought it was going to come down and just come up because you had this right here, and it was like a channel through there from right through here. It was actually consolidating across here and then across the top, but then all of a sudden it just dropped out. So I've got time on them. I should have just went ahead and sold them when it started coming down. I didn't do it. I just felt that it was going up because it was already so low. It went down. We've hit a low of $20.52. That is the lowest I think it's been forever. Hello, Stacy. I see you there. Yay, Brad. And I saw your text, but I couldn't answer your text to tell you how to get here. You just need to bookmark that thing. So we've got this descending triangle, and that kind of concerns me to find out where crude oil is actually going to go. Have we seen the low yet? I don't know. It depends on how this goes up through here. And, we touch there, we come down here, we'll probably come up. If we break this, then I think we'll be fine. If the market rallies, I believe that this will keep going up. So, and today we went up, see, today we got a high of 20%, so that's a good increase. Actually, that's since Sunday, sorry. And then today we actually just kind of based over, so we're doing a little bit of consolidation. I'm hoping that this will go ahead and go up and break through that. So that's where I want it. And the crude oil is killing everything. It's actually helping the gas prices for individuals, but the companies that make the gas are losing money because of the way the crude oil is. So we need everybody to make money on it. We got the dollar. Dollar started dropping. Now it's just consolidating over. I'm hoping that this will actually drop down. If it does, I think that's a lot better. We were getting up there. We put this in. I think I drew it this morning, if I remember right, and it looks like we went up. It looks like we're coming down though. And if you have a, let's see here, trend line, that actually makes sense there. And then if you do this one, and then if you bring that over to there, and then take this one down to here, so now you've got a descending triangle right here. So if this does not break that, then we're probably going to go ahead and see it coming down, which is going to be good for everything else. So that's what I want to see. Dow Jones, the biggest increase since 1920s, I think it was, or 1930, maybe 1930s, 20s or 30s, that the Dow Jones has increased more than it ever has in one day. Now, what is more than anything else? If you go here to there, you're looking 13.79%. If we look up here, it's showing 11, but if you go from, well, actually, I guess if you go from here and then up, then that would be, so you're looking 11.37%. That's up 2,100 points in one day. So that's real good. And I don't think that any of this was the federal government doing it. I think it's just actual investors getting back into the stock market and starting pumping money. I don't think this had anything to do with the government, which is good. Then we have natural gas. Natural gas is starting to go back up again. I'm really happy about that. I'd like to see it back up and around the $2 mark. If we could get up there, that would make me a happy camper. And again, we are looking, let's see here. If we go to the weekly, it's so far out. We are looking for this spot here. It's either here or it's going to be over in here. I think it's going to be one of the two. It might be right there, but I think it'll actually hit right here. So we need this to start climbing up. You can see right there it did it real easy. It wasn't hard, and that was in November. This one's in November. There's that's a January here. So usually around November is when it does it. It sells off or bases over in between there. Right now we've sold off so hard that I really believe that we could probably go ahead and go on up and hit it. So long term, I'm still bullish on natural gas, but it's just been a bearish week. Last week too. NQ is kind of weird because we've got TQQQ calls, and the prices did not change much on. We were talking about it in our Discord group. And if you're not part of our Discord group, you check us out. We talk about all the trades that we're doing. We do live streams. We get into the chat rooms and talk about a lot of the trading. We also talk about what we have for dinner. So it's not just all work. We have some fun in there too. But the biggest thing is we do our call outs. So anytime someone trades something, they put it in the appropriate channel for options, futures, or whichever. And that way everybody else can get in on it, and we all try to make money together. So it is a paid service. There's a link in the description to tell you how to get signed up for it. We also have the Facebook group. You can sign up for that. That is free. We do not post our call-outs in there. The only time you see it in there is after we've already done it. We've already made the money. It's too late for you. So get plugged in our Discord group. So on this one, NQ, it actually rallied up the same as it always does with ES. I mean, they run together. It did break this. It broke through the descending triangle, but now it's come back up into a bull run. Okay, so hopefully this bull run will keep on going. 82.56 is our target. First target, of course, is 77.91, and then we're looking for the 82.56.97. This is the middle trend line right here. Okay, so we picked up all the tops of these, and then we picked up the tops there, and then we had some bottoms in here that picked up. So this is where we are with it. And we got the 180 here on the weekly. Everything is starting to turn up. So everything's actually looking pretty good. It's just a matter of, will it continue to stay there? We really need to get over this middle trend. That is probably where we're going to go and either bounce off from it or possibly bounce from there down to this the 618 fib, and we may base across there a little bit and hopefully break through. That's what I'm hoping for. President Trump said he wants to get all the businesses back to back open and everything by Easter, which is I think the 12th of April. So if we can get that, then as long as we can get some news going, then that'll make the stock market move. If we go to VIX, VIX is dropping down. We actually gapped down last night. It went up today. I don't know why it went up because we have rallied all day. So I'm hoping that this will go ahead and sell off again tomorrow. So maybe it'll gap back down tonight. We're looking for this red line, $14-15 range is what we're looking to get. If we do kind of the way it's going right now, if we did a trend line, let's see here, from here, probably looking at next Monday or so, just based off of this trend line. I mean, it may be sooner or later. So if we go back and if we pick up the bottom, yeah, probably looking at Monday or Tuesday, we should be down in this area as long as the market continues to go up. So that's what we're really waiting on. So VIX, I've got some puts and that's going to expire. I need that thing to be down. I can't remember what put or what strike price I've got. I think they're 14s and 15s, and I've got some expire April 1st and some April 24th, I believe it is. So we need this to get down there before then. It'd be nice if it was this week because April 24th, when 21 days hit, our theta kicks in. So I don't like that. And then if we go back to American Airlines, what a rage today. That was nice. I've got calls in this, a bunch of people do. And so this should, we bottomed back over in this area. And so we've got to get back up to there and a little bit more. But if you bought any more down here, you should be making some green on that. So you got some honeys coming to you there. So I'm still bullish on it. And if we go back to a 1 hour, why I don't have the fibs on there, I deleted it for whatever reason. So if we go back to here and come back down, it's right there. So we're looking probably 2267. That's our ultimate target. That's our magic 618 number. So if we can get up to there, that would be good. And the way this moved today, that is, oops, let me change it to a trend line. Today we moved 39%. So if we could go to 80, so if we went to there for tomorrow, and then so we could actually do that in 2 days. We could actually get there by Thursday, possibly. So if the market keeps on going the way it's going, then I think we're going to be fine with it. Long-term bullish. You got Apple. Apple, I tell you what, the one thing I don't like about that, I was with some friends over the weekend staying at their place, and they've got an iMac. And, iMacs have such vivid graphics and everything, but you just can't get them to work. I don't understand it. So Apple has things locked down to make you not be able to do the things you can with the PCs. So I'm just not a fan anymore. I've got an iMac. We've got a couple of MacBook Pros. I just don't think I'll ever go back to another one. They got a great screen on them though, but it seems like things don't work with it. They're just too finicky. So you hear that, Stacy? PC. And on the Apple, they do have a good Apple Watch though. My daughter loves it. I got one for Christmas, and she absolutely loves it. Much better than the Fitbit, she says. And we all use iPhones. I like the iPhones better than a Droid. Droids are just too hard. They don't work good. Where Apple, they actually work better in my opinion. So they've got a good market share. We've got iPads. I just don't care for their computer part, the iMac, for what I do. So if you look at this one, you are possible. The way this is coming down, it's on. Everything is kind of look like a cup and handle, but not exactly. This would have to get up to right here at 255.91 or so to be a cup and handle, because it would have to come straight across. So actually, that would be around 258. So if it come to there, and then there's a chance it might pull back and then take off. So Apple's following the market as well. Everything's following the market. Long-term bullish on Apple. They do have a good company, and I think that we will, get going pretty good on that. So long-term, everything we're buying is September or later. The market's too volatile to buy anything shorter, and we're making good money on September stuff. So we've got AMD. AMD, I've been long-term bullish on it for a while. I did change my charts today, and I'm actually glad I did. I went back to a weekly chart on it, and it's showing that it actually bounced off the 618 fib, where before we were looking at 51 something. But now, basing off of this, we're actually looking a lot more long term. So we're looking, probably 94.90 long term. I mean, that's, several months down the road, but we could easily hit that pretty quick. So I would guess, this would just be a pure guess, but I would say probably along through here, and that would put you back in April, toward middle of April or so. We could easily be there, depending on how the market goes. So long-term bullish on AMD. They make great products. They're in most of the computers that you have. That's a good product, and I think they're going a lot of places. If you look here, we base across. This is almost like a cup and handle. So if we go up to here, that is probably maybe where we're going to end up, and then we'll kind of pull back and then take off, possibly. So we'll leave that line there as a target for this over here. Amazon, I'm making money on Amazon. I love Amazon. Who doesn't order on Amazon? But the one thing you can't get on Amazon right now is toilet paper. You can't buy toilet paper. I don't care how rich you are, you cannot buy toilet paper. I'm just glad that we are those kind of people that stock up on things. But Amazon don't even have it, and you know how big Amazon is. You can't get it. So. But Amazon's got a lot of other things. They have shut down a lot of the delivery. I've got a Christmas present on order for my daughter that was supposed to be in here last week, and it's still not here. So, but Amazon is, they've sold out pretty much everything they have. They are going to be long term, and I've got a lot of calls on it. So, this one is going to make me a nice little present, probably. I think there's September calls I've got, so I will probably end up selling them in August, and this should be way up. So it'll be like a Christmas present. I probably won't be able to wait that long to open it up. So I will probably, when it gets up and through here, it'll be so much money. I'll probably end up selling it off, and then come back down and buy some more long-term ones. So I'll take my profit and go. I do have, I think I had like 10 calls, 5 or 10 calls that I put up for sale today. So if we spike up tomorrow, they'll sell off, and just those will actually pay for all of the calls that I've got on it. So the money I make will not only be the house money that bought those other calls. I think there's 10 of them. So there's 5 I'm selling, and I've got 10 left. So those 10 calls that I'm going to have left are actually going to be paid for by the first 5. And then when I sell these, they will be 100% all my money, because it's house money. So that's how you do your options. You buy a bunch when it's short or when it's low, and then as it comes up, you sell off enough to get your investment back, and then you let the rest ride. That way, it's no big deal what happens. It's all house money. BA, look at this right here. Isn't that beautiful? That looks like a fishing hook, doesn't it? We go fish. I bet you could catch you a big old kingfish on there, king mackerel. That's what I like to fish. I go about 20 miles offshore from where I'm from and do some king and barracuda, some Spanish. I love it. The king's my favorite. So this right here looks like a big old hook that you're going to get on a king. And then we come up, if we can get over this 180 right here and just keep on going. BA Boeing is long for me. I think I've got 40 calls on it, and I think I put 10 up for sale today. So if it hits my target, it will actually pay off all of them, and I'll have 30 left over. in order to have house money. So it's all free money. So I can take the money that I invested into it and then go ahead and find something else and invest in it. And then when it gets up to where I can get my money back, I sell them, then let the rest ride. That's how you make money, boys and girls. You let the house pay for your ride. You never pay for it yourself. Then you've got the Carnival Cruise line. I drew this line this morning. I wasn't really sure how solid of a trend that was, but we haven't bounced down to hit it. We did cross this 180 right here and kept on, we bounced back on it. But this is like a L, or actually it's kind of like a bear flag in a way. So if we change that, let's change this right here. If we put let's see here. From here, it's not that one. See there. So if we do this one, and then to here, and oops. And then we come back. So let's see if we actually play that out. That could be a bear flag. We've got some up here that we don't need anymore. We're going to delete those. And then if we take this one and bring it down to there, and then we're going to change the color of it, make it all look nice and pretty. So now you've got a bear flag. So this may drop out. I hope not. I hope it just keeps on going. If it does, that's going to be great. I've got calls on this. I've got some that expire April 24th. I put those up for sale. I'm doing the same thing with it. I'll sell them off and take the profit out of it to pay for the others, and then I'll have house money again. Clorox. I think Clorox has done cleaned up everything because it just keeps on falling. I left this channel up to see where we were going to go with it, and you know what? It just stayed right on that channel and come down. We actually broke through a little bit there, but that might be where I've got the channel off a little bit, or it may just be where it's after hours. But we'll see what it's going to do tomorrow. I'll leave this in here. Undecided on this. If I had any calls in it, I would have sold them up here, but I just don't know if I'd buy puts or calls right now. We did bounce off this 618, our magic number. So if we stay bounced off of that, there's a chance that we might have some more stuff to clean. The people are still buying it, and you can't find it in the stores, but can they produce enough to keep up with the demand? If they can't produce enough to keep up with the demand, then we may go ahead and sell off. So if we gain bad news that they can't get enough out, that can make it sell off more. And if you look back, this trend line is about where it was staying. And then it spiked up on the news where everybody's buying it, come back down. So more than likely we'll come up and we'll just kind of ride this out. But I'm kind of neutral with it. I wouldn't buy or sell. Well, I guess it depends on what you got. But I think it'll actually come up here and ride on out. I'm out of it for now. As a matter of fact, I'll probably take this one off. I'll leave it on one more day. Then we've got CRM. I am very bullish on CRM. I've got a bunch of calls on it. We actually crossed the 180 today. The 15 crossed it. The 50 is getting ready to cross it. I'm bullish. Long term, this is one you want to hop on and go with. That is not a bear flag on this. That's going. So CRM, Salesforce, they have, it's like a cloud-based where you can have employees across the world and everybody signs onto it and puts all their job information and everything on there, all their spreadsheets and job information, and they share it within each other. So it's actually pretty good for this time of the country. Disney, Mickey might get a date. So Minnie's kind of, how you say it, where they want everything, materialistic. So with Minnie being materialistic, Mickey's got to work a lot to get that money. So right now, it looks like Mickey has been working really good overnight, and then he kind of took a little break today. But if you look at this, that is, what you call that, guys? What is that? That is a bull flag. So this will probably maybe drop down in here tonight, and then it will take off. So it depends on what the market's going to do. But staying over this 180, that is really good. It might just go ahead and continue up right here, but that is a bull flag if you ever saw one. We do have a little bit of turn on the MACD, but it's obvious it based all the way across today, just consolidated all day long. So the move was last night. So we've still got, this is Tuesday, so Mickey's got a couple more days to make some more money to take Minnie out. So we'll see how it works. Live Nation, LYV, long-term bullish. I told you that back in here. I already bought some. I'm up, let's see, what am I up? I'm up pretty good one, I think. I'm up 106%. So right now I bought, I'm profitable, $397.50 is what my profit is on it. And I think I only bought 3 calls. Those 3 calls I paid $2.58 for them. That's what I paid. Well, $258 a contract. So I'm up $397.50 on it. I just bought them Thursday or Friday last week, and so that's a good profit. If you can double your money, that's really good. So Live Nation, definitely bullish. We're above the 180. Everything's pretty much above the 180. I'm liking it. Netflix, everybody's couch potatoes, and they decided to spend that